Now also, I'm pretty much done with the questions, guys, and I think I'm going to put those in the description. If you don't know everything I've asked, you can just look in the description and answer those questions for yourself, or leave me a comment and tell me a bit about yourself, and maybe I can help you guys find a gun. Now, I'm going to talk about some mid-caps versus high-cap magazines. For me, actually different guns, I've got different magazines. For my Thompson, these high-cap magazines are stinking great, man. 470 rounds, and they're metal, great quality, I think, and you can get like around 470 rounds just with one full wind-up with those. Now, people may want more realism, they might want less rounds, and want to switch their mags a lot. You could go with something like mid-cap mags. They hold less rounds, you do not have to wind them. So if you hate winding the magazines, you can go with mid-cap magazines. That being said, they're going to have, a lower capacity, seeing how they're mid-capacity, where high capacity is higher amount of rounds. Now, mid-caps, you'll probably be going through more of those, but you can, use a speed loader, bring like maybe a 500 round, 400 round speed loader with you and just reload your mid-caps. So if you only have a couple mid-caps, you can do that, or you could just buy like a pack of 5 mid-caps and just go all out and, mid-cap it up. This P90 over here actually has 68 rounds for the mid-cap, which is pretty low. I only have one mag at least. If I had multiple mags and I was using that in war, you'd probably want multiple mags. Otherwise, you're going to definitely want a speed loader for that, which I do have plenty of speed loaders. So, if you're, you guys can decide for yourself if you're going to want a high cap or a mid cap mag. You need to think about that before choosing your AEG. Now, another thing, batteries. So, batteries that come with AEGs are generally not that great. You are going to want to buy a separate battery because the ones that come with them are usually for testing purposes only. And that's just, a stock battery that will not max out the performance of your gun. Now, I've upgraded from an 8.4 1100 milliamp battery to a 9.6 1600 milliamp battery on my Thompson, and it is so much better. I will tell you that. I also have purchased a smart charger. And if you are having a battery, you're using an AEG, you're not using gas or spring, you're going to want to get a smart charger, okay guys? A smart charger, what it does, one, it charges in a fraction of the time, and it's safer to use, guys. It doesn't, just constantly, keep on charging it and overcharging your battery. So, smart chargers, they are pretty dang awesome. And yeah, like I said, fraction of the time, whereas maybe you're charging it for 4 hours or over with a stock battery charger that comes with the gun, you could do this probably within an hour and some minutes with your new battery, or even I guess your stock battery if you're still using that. It does have a light that indicates when the battery is finished charging, which is very nice because on stock battery chargers, you don't know when it's done. You have to time it basically. You can't just look at this every so often and see, hey look, it's green, it's done charging, or hey look, it's red, it's not done charging. So, highly, highly, highly suggest smart chargers. You can pick them up, $28, evike.com. That being said, there are batteries too. Different types of batteries fit different types of gun. So like I said, I've got a 9.6 volt battery for this, but I also have a different 9.6 volt battery that fits in something like a P90, a G36C, and an M4 carbine. So, it's a butterfly type. That is the type. It's nunchuck or butterfly type. It is split, okay guys? The cells are split. There's 4 cells and 4 cells for mine, specifically 4 cells, 4 cells. The other one is just one long battery, so it'd just be all together. The one I have for my Thompson. So it really depends on which gun you have. You guys are going to want to research the battery, maybe even check with the Evike sales team and or their tech support to see if the battery will fit the certain gun. You can email them if you go to contact us, I believe, redditevike.com. It's great. I've emailed them before to just make sure some things would work with certain guns, and they responded and everything was great. So you can always email them if you're unsure about your battery, or you can send me a private message on YouTube. So, moving on, then, BBs. BBs. For your FPS, It really depends on the gram BBs. If you have something that is only 350 FPS, you're not going to want to go with 0.25 gram BBs or above, or maybe not even 0.23 gram BBs. It depends. On evike.com, guys, you can go there, check out the BB section, and it has a chart type thing right on there. It tells you your FPS and what gram BBs you should get if you have a ranged FPS of 300 to 400, 350 to whatever it is. It tells you, so you guys are going to want to go in there. Another thing about BBs, you're going to want to make sure the quality is very, very nice on BBs, because if they have seams on them, they can screw up your gun. You do not want to use seam BBs. You're going to want to use seamless BBs. And so right here I've got some Matrix seamless BBs. I like these BBs a lot. You can get other things, G&G or whatever brand, off of evike.com, as long as they're seamless. Now, they might not always say that, but like the Matrix, I don't know if they make seam BBs at all. And G&G, I don't think they would make seam BBs at all. So, you guys, for BBs, sniper rifle, you might want to have 0.25 grams, 0.28 grams, 0.23 grams for your sniper rifle. In fact, for this weapon, seeing how it shoots so hot, it is 450 to 500 FPS. I actually purchased 0.43 gram BBs. Now that is ridiculously heavy. I think that maybe that's one of the heaviest BBs that Evike carries, I think. They may actually have some heavier, but I've had 0.43 gram BBs. Now as the weight of the BB increases, the price also goes up in general, because my 0.43 grams, it was $27 for 2,000, whereas 0.23 grams, you could probably get 10,000 of these for under that price. And at least 0.2 grams, you could probably get, I think for 0.25 maybe even, you can get 10,000 for under 27 bucks, which is great. But I purchased G&G 0.43 grams for this. Now guys, you should really check out BBs before purchasing an airsoft gun. Now I keep telling you guys this, but with your primary, and your secondary, you want to check out the BBs that you would need to use. So do that right on evike.com. And BBs, if you have a heavier weight and you have a higher FPS, that'll make your gun more accurate. If you're using a Thompson that has 466 FPS with 0.12 gram BBs, the accuracy is probably going to be horrible. I'll just straight out say that, guys. So, evike.com, I highly suggest going there and checking out things such as the styles of guns, see which ones would fit you, and etc. And there are magazines available on evike.com for whatever. So, evike.com, guys. evike.com. Check out that, and if you need some extra shells for your shotgun, you can go pick up some extra magazines for your Thompson. Go pick up some extra magazines. Now, one more thing, why don't I get to, or at least right now, we've got the slings. So, slings, they can be useful for guns. You can have 1 point, 3 point, 2 point slings. If you're having something that's a 1 point or a 3 point, you can hook it up to your vest maybe, like I have. And this is a 2 point. I don't hook this up to my vest, so you can have your gun just drop. So slings, also, they don't always fit on every single gun. So like this sling, this does fit on my Thompson very easily, I think. So yeah, the barrel's broken if you guys didn't see that, because I dropped it. That's other news. And so this sling right here fits well on a Thompson, but it might not fit on something like a Dragunov if the sling mount is thicker, or a different gun. So when you guys are doing slings, you might want to, again, email Evike's tech team, or do some research, check out other videos, guys. Reviews on your certain guns, and see if slings fit them. Now, before purchasing a gun, and even after purchasing a gun, you might want to check out reviews. When I sometimes will be waiting for a rifle, it's kind of exciting after you buy a new gun and you're checking out reviews on YouTube just to see what it's going to be like and just to build up the suspense. But guys, do check out reviews online, read them on Evike, as long as there are some on Evike, and read or watch them in videos online on YouTube before you purchase a gun. That's about wraps it up, guys. One last thing before I go is that Evike has a Holy Cow special out there under the Daily Deals section, where you can purchase another magazine or 2 magazines or something like that for $5 with certain AEGs. So if you want to check that out, daily deals while you're at eFight.com, why don't you go do that, because you probably get yourself a couple more magazines for the price of $5. I thank you guys for watching this. This has been a Throwing Knife Killer Productions video, and this is probably the final video to my Airsoft Essentials series. And guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.